I wanted to hop on really quickly and talk about the latest ruling. There's actually a lot of conversations I'd like to have about a lot of the different rulings that have come up recently from the Supreme Court. But I was watching in particular the one that just was announced yesterday, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. The West Virginia versus EPA ruling that was brought out yesterday from the Supreme Court is something that I think might the ramifications and the important things that I think we should focus on as a supplement industry or as a group of people who are interested in taking care of their bodies and being healthy. It is I think it's important for us to discuss what it really means from that standpoint, because I think we're going to get a lot of it lost in the noise if you watch the mainstream media, if you're watching or if you're on social media and have friends that have a different view of things. I think you're going to get lost in the noise of this idea that we're taking away the ability to protect ourselves from big business. And that's the spin that I've seen so far, is that big business can now get away with polluting our environment because the EPA isn't capable of setting all of these laws and going after them. From a personal standpoint of what has been going on with myself, with my business, and with my family over the past, what is it now, 4 months that I've been sharing. If you've been following along, we were attacked by the COVID-19 task force, and I was attacked because I was sharing information through the website of how to take care of yourself for an illness, for specifically for COVID, but really for any virus. The common sense care of keeping lots of fluids going and moving your body and how to do a steam. Those things came under fire, not because I was running afoul of any written law that Congress has passed. Now, we have a really set way of how our laws are made and then how they're enacted. We have the ability to elect somebody into Congress that is going to represent us, and those people are setting the laws, and it is connected to us. It is a power that we give to people that we elect. The West Virginia versus EPA ruling really comes down and says that people who are in a job, and it really kind of goes across the alphabet soup. In this case, the ruling was about the EPA, but it is precedent that we're seeing more and more that we need to pay attention to. The court ruled that those unelected officials who were hired as at their desk job day in, day out, it was not appropriate. It is not appropriate per our laws and the way that our Constitution has things set up. The unelected official who I did not vote in, who I did not choose to represent me, does not get to make law that I have to follow. It's not that that person doesn't have the ability to put out guidance and that Congress can't listen to that guidance as it should be. It's not that we don't care about what they're putting out. The issue of this ruling is that someone who is an unelected official is not capable or not rightly allowed to create law that will punish an American citizen, that an American citizen gets held to and can be harmed for running afoul of. Now, if you extrapolate that over to what's been going on with me and my business, the law that I follow, or I followed before I became a private membership association, when I was attacked, I was in the public sphere. I was governed by the FD&C law. that Congress passes and Congress has to alter. What has been happening for a really long time is that the FDA, the CDC, the EPA, all of these entities made up of people who are maybe wonderful people, maybe really gifted people, but they are hired in to do a desk job. Unelected officials are setting law. So in the case of what happened with us with the COVID-19 task force is the FDA has, outside of the way, the process that we have set up in our country of making laws, the FDA has been making its own laws. And I had not run afoul of laws as they had properly been made. I had run afoul of laws that were created by unelected officials who did not have the authority legally to create laws, but were doing so nonetheless. That's what happened with West Virginia versus EPA. They were creating laws that they were not legally allowed to do, and they are fining people and going after people as a result. That's what's going on with the FDA. That's what's going on with, that's why I have the mitigate shirts. I was convicted under the FDA's illegal creation of a law. I was convicted of mitigating. And anybody in this country who makes a supplement or who helps somebody to not suffer, who's not practicing medicine, not trying to heal or cure somebody, but is trying to help them be healthier, help them not suffer or struggle, is practicing illegally, is running afoul of the law. But it's not a legal law. So it's really encouraging to see that the Supreme Court came out and upheld the fact that unelected officials do not have the power to create law. They do not have the power to enact law. That has to come through Congress. And so that's really what occurred. It is going to get spun to say that we can just have all of this dumping in the environment, and our environment is going to go to heck, and we can't take care of our environment, and the government is against that. It's upholding the fact that as a citizen, we cannot enact a new law. We can't take an organization and start penalizing American citizens because we think something is really important. It has to go through Congress. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing, this ruling. I'm very encouraged that the precedent is there, that our checks and balances are very much still in action. We are looking at a return to, hey, there is an actual process to make laws. The CDC should not be making laws, should not be workers' compensation, all of these organizations that began to enact laws on small businesses over the past 3 years, or demand that you have to comply with what they think is best, or you are losing access to free access to what everybody else has access to, or you are being cut off. All of that is out the window when we support the fact that only Congress makes laws. So I was really excited to see that this came down. I'm hoping that we'll see more of this starting to, and maybe more people will stand up and fight the other alphabet soup entities that are creating laws illegally and penalizing families like my own. We have diverted how we handle it. We have had to step outside of the structure that we operated under because we simply weren't allowed to operate legally with what was going on. Maybe this is a sign that there are new things on the horizon. But I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. I know that the story is going to spin otherwise. I know we're going to see something else play out in the media about this. I think they were expecting that over the next day or so, there would be more reaction, especially from the president and his administration about this ruling, looking to go around it. But we do have, we have a pretty good system set up here in this country. And if we would just return to the laws that are already written and the structure that's already there, we would have a lot less persecution of private citizens. So let me know what you think. And I hope you guys comment down below. I would love to have a conversation further about this. Share with your friends as you hear this spin of big corporations being able to ride free. It's really not about the big corporations. We have laws in place for the big corporations. What happens with these governmental entities of unelected officials is they create things that hurt the private citizen and the small business. They're not going to hurt the big business because the big business has plenty of money to go and lobby for what they need. This is a win for us little people. So I would love to hear what you have to say. And thanks for tuning in. See you guys later.